No Man's Sky was a huge game when it released last year.
Yes.
Not so much because of what it was, but everything that happened around it. Hello Games, Sean Murray is obviously the creator, founder of Hello Games. He came up with this idea, did the media circuit, and almost convinced people that this is going to change the world, basically. I was convinced.
Revolutionary.
This is a revolutionary game with heaps of planets. So much to do that you could never actually finish the game.
Well, taking a step back, when it was released initially, there was a really long, it was in gestation and it was for a long time. It was delayed. There was a lot of hype was building about the game for a really long time. And when it was launched, it's fair to say that it didn't quite live up to the expectations that everyone was expecting. So now the developer have gone, right, like we've heard what you said. We've gone away and developed an update for it. The update is massive. There's a whole list of things that they've added to the game.
It's the third update, in fact. So that since release, they've really strived to make this a better game.
Yeah.
Which is, what game developers should be doing, probably, with games of this nature. But yeah, no, you're right. Like, there was such a big build-up around it originally, and it sort of fell in this hole as soon as it was released because people were panning it, basically, for not living up to what they expected it to be. I loved it. To be perfectly honest, I enjoyed playing No Man's Sky day one.
Yeah.
And it was a different experience. It was something that I didn't expect it to be what it was, but I still liked it.
Yeah.
But it did feel empty. It felt like there was like large periods of time where you weren't really doing anything.
I mean, that's the expansive space.
It is. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So that's the sort of trap. Did you play Milky? Did you?
I haven't.
Okay.
I saw the hype.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, you have people not shutting up about this game. It's on Kotaku. It's on every single Facebook article on my feed. And then it came out. And then, again, everyone wouldn't shut up about it, but unfortunately for all the wrong reasons. And so I went, oh, okay, tentatively, maybe I shouldn't
get there.
Yeah, until maybe a later date. Okay. Maybe now's the time.
Thinking, yeah. What about you, Beau?
Yeah, I didn't play it either, and for similar reasons as what Milky just covered, but mainly because I just felt it was really daunting. Without any clear narrative and without kind of objectives, and not that I play games for those reasons, but I'm a very RPG guy. That's my bag. So I love the idea. I thought it was interesting. When it first came out, just the idea of just kind of wandering around space didn't really hook me. And then by the time I kind of, when it came out, and then because I was working at IGN at the time, so the team were very much across it. And were like, so I had a bit of a knowledge that it wasn't going to be great.
Yeah.
Not that it's not great, not that it wasn't going to live up to expectations. So it was just was a bit hesitant. And there's so many games out there. It's like, can I dedicate the time required? Like you said, like there's a lot of time where you're traveling and you kind of, it's a big, expansive world without objectives and that kind of thing. I felt, I can. There's other things I can play, which are a bit more kind of.
You just didn't feel like you wanted some linearity.
Yeah.
Really.
Your purpose, your achievements, your quests.
So, interesting question for me then, and all the changes that have come since, including this latest patch, Atlas Rises, really comes on the back of fans of the game, even originally, saying, "We want this."
Yeah.
Hello Games sort of listened and said, "You know what? We're going to make these changes, and we're going to try and make these changes for the better." So my question is, how do you think an audience shapes a game?
Pre-release, it's difficult. Post-release, it's sales. Like if people aren't buying it, then they're going to listen.
Follow the money. Again,
follow the money. It's always
it's a theme.
Yeah, it is.
I think I'm two-pronged approach on this. Like, as yes, you should listen to the audience because they're your customers, right? But also, as a creative, you've got to make it to your vision. So, yes, their vision hit the market and wasn't quite as well received as they thought. They're right, fine. Like, we'll pivot on that, and then they've taken that into account and they've added all these other features. Which, honestly, when I'm looking at the stuff they're putting into it, I'm thinking I might actually try because it apparently is. If it's possible, is even more beautiful than the first edition that came out. So
maybe now's the time.
Maybe now's the time. Come on, Milky, jump in my spaceship. Let's go.
Do you think there's like an audience should shape a game like this? Like, Beau's basically saying that it's money, But do you think that an audience can say from day one, be like, look, this isn't up to scratch. I've got it, but you need to do this. Or I'm not going to come into the game. Do you know what I mean?
You've known me for like how long? You know I'm all about context.
Yeah,
so
yeah, right.
In a game like this, where the developers were open and receptive to that, and it was a game where you had this massive expanse of like, what do you do?
Yeah.
Right? I think in the context of this specific game, it was needed.
Yeah.
Right? But for a game like, I mean, if you wanted to look at Assassin's Creed Unity when that came out, decent game, but the fans wanted it now, and well, okay, they developers they shipped it like, okay, here, but it wasn't ready because the fans demanded it. That's an example of like the opposite. You shouldn't listen. You should be like, y'all can wait. Y'all can wait. Hold yourselves.
Yeah.
Right? Until the game is ready.
Yeah.
And then when the updates came out,
that's been quite a contentious issue in the last few years. Games shipping that aren't ready, and you know, back in my day, you know, games came out when they were bloody well ready. So yeah, there has been a shift, and maybe it's because these companies that are making the games, the AAA titles, are now, you know, public listed companies, and they need to hit their summer blockbuster. They need to,
and that those
Christmas.
kind of things now contribute to a huge range of issues that we don't have time to touch on. But
DLC,
DLC crunch time.
Passes.
I had a question here about, you know, what is the responsibility of a developer to put a game out that they don't support afterwards? Do they actually ever have to come back and do it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The questions like that, which unfortunately we're just running out of time to answer.
When the developer of Fez, that indie arcade,
Phil
like
Fish,
he got so frustrated that he just went,
yeah, I'm done with this thing.
done.
That's right. And like it actually affected his mental health. Like these are the sort of problems that developers we can answer most of those questions in a developer-based gaming show.
You know, and maybe not the best example because they're the biggest and the best, but look at Rockstar. Rockstar will put out a game when they're goddamn ready. And the games are amazing.
Yeah, and they support it for as long as they...
As long as they put out one a year, but hey.
Like, Jesus Christ, like...
Yeah, your GTA Online.
No Man's Sky, they've released the latest patch, Atlas Rises. Looks
promising.
If you've got No Man's Sky and you don't have the patch, go and grab
it.
Try it, let us know how it goes. That's all for that gaming show this week.
If you need a spaceship partner, Jackson will be happy to join you on your journey.
I will, and as we leave, we'll just send a shout out to Damien Chock of... the League of Legends of the Dota 2 International 7.
Wrong MOBA.
Did a great job. Finished up second with his team Newbie. But good job, Damien.
Excellent work.
Keep flying that flag. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.